Hey guys, welcome back to the channel and another Armstrong Reacts vlog. Now, the video I wanted to do this week was on a young man who was building his house with AAC and pylons. For some reason, I didn't save the video. I've been scouring YouTube for days now trying to find this guy again. If you guys know who I'm talking about, send me his link so I can do a reaction on it. I absolutely loved it, and I don't know why I didn't save the video. I thought I had it. But I just happened to be scrolling through last night and I seen this builder, Das German. I think he's my twin, Das Armstrong. It's Philippines Expat Adventures. I came out of my bed. I was flipping out. I was like, whoa, what's this guy doing? Like, are you crazy right now? How are you sleeping at night? Before we get any further, I want to make sure you guys know that I am not a licensed engineer, architect, or a licensed contractor currently. Any of the advice or opinions or reactions in this video are just that, for entertainment purposes only, and they are purely my opinion. Yes, I haven't always done things correctly in construction, but I have learned from my mistakes, and I've learned from watching other people. Construction is my passion. It's my dream. I want to inspire everyone, not just educate. I want to inspire. I want to make a change.
Hi there and welcome to another video about how we build our house in the Philippines, part 1. I'm thrilled to take you along on this incredible journey as I share the process of turning our dream home into reality, just step by step. From the initial task of clearing the land by carefully cutting down some trees to laying down the foundation and constructing the slab on grade, every moment is a building block of its own. In this episode, you'll witness the evolution of an 8 by 8 meter space with an additional 2 by 4 meters porch that is just perfect for those lazy afternoons. I've been capturing short videos over the past few weeks showing you every step of the construction process, and now it's time to weave them together to showcase the entire journey so far. From the swing of the eggs to the walls reaching window level, these clips.
He's a pretty good darn storyteller, if I have to say. The soil looks great, but he's a good storyteller. I think we're twins.
Encapsulate the essence of the dedicating and joy that goes into building a place we can proudly call our own. So
it was starting out so good. So it looks like he did indeed forget the seismic hooks on this one. But I noticed, okay, so he's got the slender columns. It looks like he's using a 16 millimeter rebar, and it looks like he's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hard to tell in this angle. 6 pieces, actually probably 8 pieces of 16, because when you, instead of the square column, when you take that column and you kind of make it more slender, that way when you put up your CHB, it's flush with the CHB wall. And I'm assuming he's going to use 6-inch CHB. If nothing else, it's going to stick out just a little bit, so you don't have this god awful ugly column sticking all the way out like in the second house that I built.
join me on this chapter of my adventure about building a house in the Philippines, part 1. Let's dive into the craftsmanship and the excitement of creating a home sweet home.
I think this might be, like I said, my twin. But instead of just throwing mortar on the ground and starting the CHB on the dirt, he actually built a very good concrete foundation for that CHB to sit on which is awesome. I don't know if he put any gravel beneath that. I'm assuming he probably did put gravel beneath that, and then he poured that up because I noticed that he was forming everything up. Really good start for that. So you start out good, you're going to finish good. I absolutely love that. And we get a better look at the column now. So it looks like he's using 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's hard to tell with that, but I don't see any seismic hooks. So I'm going to have to write him a ticket right away and go back and just tear out the columns and fix that. As if. It actually looks like some really good CHB though, but he is using 6-inch. No, he's using, looks like he's using 8-inch CHB for the foundation, which is actually really good. Okay, so in the last video, I talked about tie spacing. And this is actually what I expected to see when you're coming up with those ties on the columns. You want to keep those spaced appropriately. That way, when you go to put in what, technically, you guys, the tie beam is in the ground, the plinth beam is up top. So when you go to put in that plinth beam, you can then come into with all that rebar, and it just makes a really good, strong joint with those ties stacked or the way they're supposed to be. So I'm really impressed by looking at that right there, the way he formed everything up. But it definitely looks like he's using 16 mm. Very strong. Okay, so we get a better look at that column now. 1, 2, 3, I still can't count them. I need to go back to school, but yeah, I can't count. But technically, it should be no less than 6 pieces of rebar in those kind of columns when they're like that. Depending on if it's a bungalow, but I was still at 6, and that was because it's a slender column. It's a pretty good looking backfill. Oh, someone's packing the backfill. Very nice. Oh, that is exactly what I want to see. Like, use a jackrabbit and oh, no. Wait. What am I seeing right here? Seriously, I think this guy might have watched my videos. I think he might have done the Armstrong instructional course on construction and how to build a good foundation for your house. That is 3/4 cracked gravel that you guys are seeing right here. So not only did he start out really good with this foundation, like, man, this is what I'm talking about, you guys. Like, I'm all smiles from ear to ear. Like, this is absolutely amazing. Like, okay, so he started out with concrete, CHB, that's okay. And then he packed it. Now it looks like he's got the 3/4 gravel. This, I don't even know what to say right now. Like, if you're watching, if Philippines vlog, if you are watching right now, dude, I'm giving you a round of applause. This is absolutely amazing. It's making me hard. The concrete. Oh, wait. What is it? Oh. You guys, it's either this guy is I swear that this guy's my twin. This guy is my construction twin, or he watched my videos. You guys see what he's doing right here? That is a vapor barrier. And if you look, he's got chairs. Now, it looks like he actually made those chairs, which is phenomenal. He actually took time to make those chairs, because I know you're not going to custom order those in. But this is exactly what I'm talking about. You start out good with your construction, you're going to have a well-built, very sturdy house. So let me explain to you guys why this is so important. So I've always emphasized from day one, don't ever pour the concrete rooms separately. Pour that pad all at once. Run your rebar up, then you get another good start for your CHB. Now, there's so many different reasons why I keep emphasizing this method. The first reason is, if you're pouring those rooms separately, let's say you come up with your CHB and then you go to pour in your rooms after the fact, you're not putting equal pressure on the entire house. You've got maybe one pressure point here, another here, another here. That's not fair to you, especially during a seismic event. If the moisture comes up from the bottom, because obviously the water table's sitting below your house. So over time in the rainy season in the Philippines, that ground's like a sponge. It's going to absorb water. And let's say your living room's a big chunk of concrete versus your tiny, tiny bedroom. Over time, you may not think is going to make a difference, but it's putting different pressure points on that house in different parts of the ring. It can cause structural issues. It can cause cracking. It can cause your floors to crack. Not only that, it allows all these ants and termites and all this stuff to come up. It allows moisture to come up through your house. Therefore, it wicks out into your walls, into your house. So pouring that pad all at once stabilizes a house. So stabilization of a house is extremely important. Think of it this way. Would you rather have a car with 4 tires driving on a muddy road, leaving ruts, or would you rather have like a car with tracks driving down that muddy road? It spreads out the pressure. So therefore, the car with the tracks, to put it in layman's term, is going to do a lot better and won't get stuck versus a car with 4 tires. You're spreading out the pressure of the entire house. So that house weighs quite a bit, especially when you use CHB. And so you're just spreading out that pressure amongst the entire floor versus one individual room. The other importance of that vapor barrier. Now, I don't see if she's got any of the seams taped. So anytime that you've got an overlapping seam, you want to make sure you tape everything, every hole, cut, seam, everything, because it's pointless to have a vapor barrier if you're not taping everything up. Vapor barrier is just what it sounds like. It keeps the moisture from coming up into your concrete, therefore making your house humid. It also opens up the possibility of different floor coverings. You can actually do hardwood floors. I know it. You guys are thinking I'm crazy right now, right? No. Yes, you could do hardwood floors if you followed it correctly. It doesn't matter where you live. It opens you up to a whole new option of floor coverings. Just not carpet. Please, if you have carpet, you're going to be growing mushrooms. So please stay away from the carpet. But yes, you could probably have wood floors, laminate floors, all types of different floor coverings. Now, I want to talk about the vapor barrier, the other importance. As moisture comes up, you also get alkaline that comes up through the earth's soil. That alkaline also deteriorates the mortar in your tiles. So if you're ever wondering why your tile's popping, because it's absorbing all that alkaline from the earth, and that breaks down that mortar, and then over time causes tile to pop. He's laying out his electrical beautifully. Like, oh my God, you guys, like, how does this guy sleep at night? Like, I want to know, how does he can sleep at night? I'll tell you how. He sleeps peacefully. Because when he sleeps in this house, he's got some reassurance to know he built a very good house from the start. So just now watching this video, I'm extremely impressed. It can only get better. Let's see.
Yeah, for sure.
Good.
Absolutely amazing. The spacing, everything's correct. On the rebar, the height of the rebar, the chairs, the electricals ran beautifully. Let's see how they're mixing the concrete. So they've got everything separated for the concrete. Wait. Am I seeing this correctly? Okay, so on the right-hand side, it looks like he's got 3/4 crack gravel that he's putting in that. So in one of the videos I'm going to be doing coming up here very soon, the scientific properties of concrete, why it's so important, the way you mix concrete. And one of the things I really hope to make a difference on in the Philippines, I don't care, I need to make a difference. Using river rock, round rock, is incorrect for concrete. Yes, you can mix some of it in, but you need 3/4 cracked gravel. That concrete forms a bond to that cracked gravel. And if you have a round river rock, it's not really forming the bond that you really need, and you're not going to get the same PSI as you would with the 3/4 cracked gravel. So I'm very impressed. I'm thinking that's what he's using that cracked gravel for, is for his concrete mix. Oh, look at that. Okay, very nice concrete. Look at that mix, you guys. That is a beautiful mix. It's not too watery, and you can tell it's got some slump to it because it's not spreading out in a pan. He's got a nice pan made. He's not just throwing it on the ground. Let's see what it looks like when he pours it out right here. Let's see if it's got any slump to it. It does have some slump to it. That is some very nice looking concrete. You see how it's staying in place and it's not running all over the place? That's what you want. Man, this guy, he's impressing me. Like, he can build my house. Yeah, that's excellent looking. You guys, he is using 3/4 cracked gravel. I can see it in its mix. So the sand, the cracked gravel, right there. Take notes on this. This is exactly how you guys should be building your house. Right here like this. Just phenomenal. He's my twin. Actually, I'm going to go build a house right next door to him. Das Armstrong. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful concrete. Okay, so looks like he's using 4-inch on the outside and, 6-inch CHB on the outside and 4-inch on the inside. So he's using the larger CHB on the outside, smaller CHB on the inside. Now, I would have liked to have seen him go one step further and use AAC, the autoclaved aerated concrete, or aerated autoclaved concrete, AAC. Anyways, here it is. Now, I'm not being sponsored by anyone to say he should have been using AAC. Now, after 2 years, I think it's been 2 years, almost 3 years of the second home being built, the owners absolutely love it. The AAC, you guys, I'm telling you, the AAC is a revolutionary product for the Philippines. Not only can it reduce the brownouts throughout the Philippines over the next 10 to 15, 20 years, how is that? Well, because you're using less AC. And if you're not using AC, you're using less power. That second house that I built, she rarely ever uses AC. She uses a ceiling fans. She says it's so cool inside. Not only that, if you live next to someone playing karaoke or roosters, all you hear is this. I can't sleep. I can't sleep. With AAC, you're going to be like this. That's the difference. Soundproofing. Fire resistant up to 8 hours. So if a fire breaks out, you're going to be sitting in your house wondering what's going on outside because you can't hear, you can't feel. So if a natural disaster strikes, I guess you better have the news turned on because you're not going to know about it. So yeah, even though he didn't use the AAC, I'm very impressed with the way that the CHB is being stacked. It's being stacked very evenly. Like, these guys are extremely, extremely good. I would like to find out where he lives. I'm going to have to do some more research and find out where he lives and hire this crew because they are doing a phenomenal job. When they stacked it on the pad and they came up, everything's nice, level, and even. They're not skimping on the mortar. They're actually getting that mortar in there, and they're not just doing a very thin layer of mortar. This is very fine masonry work. I am very, very, very impressed right now. How do I get you on? That's amazing. They're doing a great job. You're not using little bits and pieces of CHB to fill in spots if they don't have a full piece.
The workers are in their lunch break right now, so it's quiet here. We can have a look. I'm standing here on the terrace, which is about 2 by 4 meters big. There's, of course, later there will be a fence around here, and behind me some stairs going down. And this is the entrance, and you come into the living room, which has the front door and 2 smaller windows beside that, and 1 big window on this side pointing in the forest right now. Don't know what there will be later. Maybe somebody else will build a house there. Then the view is gone. However, this is the wall pointing to the kitchen. And last night we had a last minute decision, and we decided that there will be another window here, to an open window to the kitchen area, to make the kitchen look a little bit bigger and spacious. The problem in the kitchen is this door here we have on this side, because this is door, we don't want that, but it had to be there for the plants and for the building permit.
Music to my ears, you guys. So he knew, you got to follow the building permit. You got to follow the guidelines. So I do believe in the Philippines, you must have 2 doors in your dwelling. You have to have an entry and exit door for a house, if I remember correctly, for that permit to be issued. You have to have an escape route in case there's a fire or something happens. So that's probably why he needs to keep that door right there. But it's nice to see that, okay, as the walls start coming up, they made the changes right away before they get it all done. And so he's going to do some tearing out of the wall and make a few changes. I really like that. So he's stopping the work. They're taking time to think now that the walls are going up, and they start to realize that there's a little bit of shrinkage going on. And I really like to see what he's doing right here. It's absolutely phenomenal.
I don't know, maybe we will close it later on, because we lose all the space from the wall. There will be the sink will be right there beside, and on this wall will be the working area. And this will be the door going into the bathroom. There are some structures here right now. First will be the washing machine, the sink, and in the corner is the big shower, which is about 120 by 1.5 meters. It's quite large. Yeah, and on the other side here, we go in the master bedroom here. Front door with the window pointing to the main road there, but there are some houses in between. And no window on the back side of the house. This 2 rooms here is 4 by 4 meters each. This is the other bedroom. Who is using which room, we can decide later on, with 2 windows. The problem is this is the south side, and there is the sun the whole day on this wall.
See, he's thinking about heat. He's thinking about the layout, which way the sun's coming up and which way the sun's going down. That is what I always try to say when you're building a house. Think about those little things. Those little things do add up over the course of a build. Do you want to be hot when the sun comes up in your bedroom, or do you want to be hot in the evening when the sun's going down in your bedroom? That's up to you to decide. You also want to think about the airflow. Which way is the wind blowing at certain times of the year? Where are you going to have your big windows certain times of the year to let that airflow come in? Where's the predominant wind coming from? The typhoon strength wind's coming from. Do you want a huge window when you know that that predominant wind's going to be circling around, hitting the west side? Why not put that on like the north side? Those are just little things you guys need to think about when you're designing your home and you're placing your home on the actual lot itself. I don't even know what to say. Like, it was absolutely phenomenal. He was doing so many things right. Like, only thing that could have made it better if he was using AAC, and that would have been like the perfect house build to start. But overall, That's the kind of build that I'd love to see on YouTube. Browse videos seeing that. So I really hope that you guys enjoy watching this guy's channel, and I really want you guys to subscribe to this guy. You're going to learn a lot from him. I am just absolutely blown away by where he's starting, and I cannot wait to finish his entire series and see how his house turns out. Until I see you guys on the next video next week, keep your shovels dirty, and thank you guys for all the comments and the kind words last week.